So I made a list of things that my mother used to do to me and children that weren't even her own biologically that I thought was regular discipline until I became a mother myself and know now that it is absolutely absurd and it's actually crossed the lines into torture. She dunked or held children underwater if they wouldn't stop crying in the pool, toddler-age children. She would put Dawn dish soap in children's mouths for talking back. She would use duct tape on children's mouths for being disrespectful. She would strip children down to nothing and beat them with a belt. If we had a toddler over for dinner, if they did not bow their heads during prayer, she would withhold their dinner from them. She forced children, toddler-age children, to sit on the toilet all day if they had an accident in their pants. And this one's the worst one of all, I believe. If a child was showing signs of extreme SA happening from another adult, she would discipline them while they were doing this act. For instance, there was a toddler at our house one time, and she was on our coffee table corner doing something that she shouldn't have, but she was doing this because she was being SA'd. I really don't know how to say this to make it like TikTok appropriate or appropriate to say for anybody to hear, but trigger warning, heavy trigger warning. This toddler, not even older than 3 or 5, had her private area on the corner of our coffee table, and she was doing something that she shouldn't have. But she didn't know any better, and my mother came up behind her and started beating her on the butt and forced the corner of the coffee table onto her, into her even further. This kid screamed out in pain. But these are all things that we thought were normal, which we now know that they are not. Obviously, before I became a mother, I knew that there was a lot of these things that were not normal, that I knew that we shouldn't have been doing. But there's a lot of things that I thought that were extremely normal. My mother did not only abuse her biological children, she tortured her biological children. She abused children that weren't even biologically her own. She tortured children that were not even biologically her own. She's a monster. She belongs behind bars. And I hope that one day she is behind bars.